Do it again, Jake. Jake, come out here and show them what you got here. Dude, exactly. Nailed it. I'm Rich.
I'm Frank.
And it's People Pints and Possibilities.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I'm sure Jake's going to cut some of this. We'll start right now. Here we go. Well, there it is. There's a collab with Jake kicking us off. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to California Coast Beer Company.
Yeah, shoot. Let's do this.
My name's Rich. I'm the Vibe Titan.
I'm Frank. I dabble around in the back a little bit.
All right, and today we are going to clean things up. Once again, we're going to clear up any questions you might have. We are going to let you know where the heck did People Pints Possibilities come from? What does it mean, and how the heck does it lead us to a podcast?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got some feedback, and we're all open to feedback. We had some great podcasts before, kind of how we got the people, how we got the loans, how we got the construction started, kind of the point of views from our commanders and chiefs, and it was now time to kind of clean it up, sharpen it up a little bit, and definitely let people know what is PPP. How did we get to PPP?
Yeah, you know me.
Yep. So different PPP. There's no O in that. So PPP is focused on People Pints and Possibilities. So where did that come from?
People Pints Possibilities. Well, we originally had a mission statement, which I'll get to a little later. We had a mission statement like everybody does. So when you come into business, we're sitting here at the brewery in Paso Robles, California, here in the Central Coast. We have a beautiful brewery, 10-barrel system, just to set the scene again. We're starting this business brand new. We buy the property, we build the building, we secure the investors, we open up, and we have these core values like everyone does, and they're sitting out there. And just as most people have done, we do not know the business inside and out because we haven't done this for 20 years.
Yeah, just to recap, remember, we came from education, very structured, and now we're in the public sector, or private sector, excuse me, and it was whatever we thought we probably should have done opposite at the beginning.
Absolutely. And the initial phase, just to grab the words didn't really have a ton of meaning in the beginning. They did, but there wasn't a lot of depth to it. People, systems, and culture is what most businesses have that are highly efficient. They have certain type of OKG, our kind of guys, our kind of girls. They have people that they're targeting to come in. They have systematic approaches to how they do things, and then ultimately those things come together to build a culture. So in the brewery, we were just trying to think of some things, and it obviously people, systems, culture, People Pints Possibilities. It just came to me one night in an epiphany, came to me, and we put it on a piece of paper. But that's as far as it went originally.
And as I remember it came in a perfect time. It came after we did hire some employees.
It did. We initially started with a mission statement, and the mission statement was, well, I'm going to read it actually. It's actually in, let me reach in my bag of tricks here.
The Smithsonian.
That's horrible. It should be.
Best mission statement.
Hold on, I'm going to read this. This is real time. I pulled this up earlier. We haven't looked at this. This is actually from our business plan. This is where we started, people. This is not People Pints Possibilities yet. Here we go.
It's leading up to it, though, I promise.
Our mission at California Coast Brewing Company is to provide, are you on the edge of your seat here?
I'm pumped. I want to give you money.
Our customers with the best quality product, atmosphere, and service the Central Coast has to offer. No wonder they didn't fucking give us any money, by the way. Jesus. It's horrible. It goes on. But wait.
Is that written in crayon?
But wait, there's more. Achieved in award-winning style. Have we won any awards? I don't think anyone's given us awards. California Coast Brewing Company will deliver traditional values fused with innovative qualities that define expectation for superior premium craft beer offerings.
Big words, buzzwords. Yeah, that's a catcher right there.
What the fuck does that mean? It means nothing. Go ask our employees. They're not even employees. They're team members. In the beginning, they might have been employees because we had that, right? I'm putting this away. I'm disgusted. First of all, I'm freaking disgusted. In the world, how inauthentic is that, right? Like, I'm going on a Rich's rant right now. I think these pop up every now and then. Jake said I started talking about this the other day. Talk about being authentic. That is just some weak sauce. By the way, that's before AI. But it sounds very AI-ish.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
No feel to it. So it's inauthentic. It's not easy to understand. No one can identify with it. There's no purpose. People can't repeat it to someone else. It's absolutely freaking horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's bad. Are you going to continue on it?
Okay.
They get
I'm
it.
good.
They get it.
What did Jeff do?
It counts 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
You only know what you know.
You only know what you know. So we started out like everyone did with a mission statement. We also started out like everyone else does, thinking that we needed people to work here that had experience in breweries, had a knowledge that was greater than ours that could bring it here. And we quickly found out that was not a good plan for us.
Well, and we had a lot going on. And logically, you would think I want somebody with experience to pour beers behind the bar. And so, yeah, we did really focus on people that had experience bartending or working in the industry. And that turned out they also carried a lot of bad habits and baggage with them when they showed up.
Absolutely. And I think it wasn't their fault.
No, not at all.
By any means. We're not blaming them. What we found is, in the absence or a vacuum of having a culture to come into and clear expectations and just this absolute clarity of what is being asked of you, you're going to fill that space with your own personal wants and desires, and you're going to fulfill that with your previous experiences and the way you've done things, right?
Yeah.
And
a lot of it was, we had them, and they were great people, but it was also, you almost had to tell them, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't adjust the music. Well, you never told me that. I didn't know I needed to tell you that. Like, we have our own radio station. That's what we want to listen to. Hey, maybe we don't count the money on the bar. Like, we took a lot of things for granted with their experience. And I think that's where it kind of hit us where, this doesn't seem to be working out for you and I right now.
No, in fact, it was like, why the hell did we just leave all our jobs? We talked about it. Why do we leave our jobs, clear out our bank accounts, cash out to go into a new business and not really have a clear vision? And I don't want to say control because, ultimately you're looking for people to be autonomous, but we didn't have control of what was going on. It seemed like it was just whatever anyone wanted to do, they were doing. And it wasn't it was due to a lack of just clarity, to 100%. Be honest with you.
I mean, you got phone calls. Hey, I didn't know this was a heavy metal bar. I didn't know this was a rap night. And we'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And it's just, but we also never told them, dude, you need to only play this. So it was a huge learning curve, and it kind of stepped back almost like if you're raising kids, like they're going to test everything and then play the dumb card real quick. Mm-hmm. So, and it came down to what? Also our patrons. Like, we had this beautiful vision of the brewery, and then all of a sudden we walk in and there's a whole bunch of rockers at the bar. And it was kind of like, man, this is not who we are. We're kind of family oriented, and nothing against rockers or anything else. Love them to death. But,
what do you mean rockers, for those people who don't know?
Probably 1%ers.
Yeah.
Motorcycles. Yeah. And, God bless them. But, hey, whether you think it or not, you are intimidating. And so a family comes in with their kids to enjoy a beer. That's an intimidating scene to walk in. And we knew that that's not who we are. Us being family people, that this is not going to fly right now. So it was a lot of
a number of small things.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
By the way, it's just little stuff. And then you're looking at your employees, and they're like, "I don't know what to do." Well, we also didn't train you how to do that, so it was kind of eye opening all right, we need to hit the e-brake real quick, and we need to reevaluate where we want this company to go in the direction it needs to go in.
Yeah, who's going to control the culture is really the big question. Is
Yeah.
like, are the people just coming in and they're going to set the scene, or are you going to have this really great culture that people are welcomed into? And so we knew we had to hit the reset button on what we already had. You know, People Pints Possibilities was something that kind of lent itself to us, and it was already out there. We did have it on the wall, so we did have it. It just was like buried in a book. We had this mission statement, but we never spoke to it with people.
No, and to our defense, and never excuse guy or rationale guy, trust me, but we were extremely busy at the beginning. Like, we were running 100 miles an hour, and you would think a brief discussion about it would stick. And, you know, to our dismay, it didn't. Like, and it was just kind of frustrating a little bit. And I think Rich and I kind of stepped back going, we got to pull the reins in. This is not who we want to be, because where is this going to be in 2-3 years if we keep it rolling like this?
And blessings and curses come in the same wave. You know, sometimes the worst thing that happens to you is also the greatest opportunity.
Yep.
Because with COVID, we obviously had the peril of trying to survive, but we also had the opportunity of coming out of that and being able to reset the whole thing. Like, it gave us a clean slate because people were coming back, and we had also matured. You know, when you go through something that's really tough and you actually think that you may not make it out of there, when you come back, it's not that we were afraid, you're less worried about the small things and more worried about the importance of zoning in and honing in on laser-like focus on the things that are going to make you great. And you just gain this beautiful clarity, you know?
Yeah. Now, the process is, we had the clarity. Now, how do we roll that on to not only the people that work for us or work with us, to our patrons? Like, that's not just a F you in the face and blow it to them. It's very meticulous on how we're going to do that. And I think that's the important part of building a team is, how do you roll that out? How do you get them to, for lack of better words, drink the Kool-Aid and really see, yeah, man, I see where you guys are going. I want to be a part of this.
Well, what is the Kool-Aid? That's what we sat down and I wrote on a piece of paper, and we lost the piece of paper. How is that even possible?
Jake.
The paper has been with us all the way up until last week. I have no idea where it is, but I wrote on the paper. What did I write on the paper? Beer brings us together, but the people keep us coming back.
Yes, sir.
And I actually had an S, and I crossed out the S.
You did.
People keeps us coming back.
Yeah. And we had it above the front door for a long time. You remember?
Yeah,
People
I
would walk
tacked
out
it
and
above the door. I took a stapler and stapled it above the door because it was that important to us. And that was long before, that was you probably haven't seen it if you watch on Apple, but Ted Lasso had Believe above the door. We had Beer brings us together, but people keep us coming back. And we realized at that moment we were going to focus on people. That was the first piece, was you could fail. We learned this miserably. You could have almost no beer in your tanks. You could have shirts on upside down chairs when people came to visit, and they were still buying our product.
Yes, sir.
Because they believed in us.
Yeah. And it took me a while, and I will be 100% honest. I was a production guy. Like, man, I'm the shit. Without me, you guys can't do shit. And then all of a sudden, I'm making beer, and you start to notice, like, it's not about the craft. And the craft is extremely important. Please don't misunderstand me here, and I don't want to misspeak, but it's about the people on the other end that are taking your product and helping you sell your product, making it a comfortable environment. And I used to joke with Rich all the time about the PPP. And then all of a sudden it kind of clicked.
He hated it. Let's just be honest.
I fucking
he hated it. Oh, yeah,
dude.
that
I was like,
OPP thing
Jesus
again.
Christ.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, I did. We had some
you
good
know
jokes.
me.
But I will admit my
All
faults.
the homies.
I was like, okay, I see what we're doing. And as you start to see them start to chew a little bit and understand and want to be a part of the family, it was like, man, we have something special here. We got to bring them in together and take care of them and figure out how we can grow this.
And it's still going. It didn't start perfect. It started with that one line. Beer brings us together, but people keep us coming back. And from there, it started to grow, because then you have to ask yourself, anything like that that has a meaning to it, if it sparks your mind to think, well, what people then? So now you're saying beer brings us together, but people keep us coming back. What people? And so we initially realized that starts with our team.
Yeah.
We're going to obsess over our team. And guess what? We're not looking for people who are freaking experts in beer. We're not looking for people who have poured 8 million beers. We're looking for the simplest thing. We're looking for nice, kindness, open-minded, kind, eager,
a little tenacity sprinkled in there,
toughness,
like
grit.
I'm excited. I want to keep going. Like, yeah, no, I get this. What's the next phase? I want to move to this. I like it. It's just that typical drive in somebody, and that's what we changed our mindset from. I need somebody to learn how to pour beer to I want something that I really can't teach them, which is that drive.
Can't teach nice.
I can teach them everything else.
You cannot teach people to be nice. You cannot teach people to be vulnerable. You can inch them up in it, but you just can't teach people to be real, in my opinion, in our opinion. No. And so you got to start there. And that's where we started with all of our people. When you come in here, people say the culture, or our guests say the culture is our team. And it's just the words you use, team, the way you talk about it. And it started with them. We started to just break down, okay, geez, our kind of guys and our kind of girls. Who are they and what do they look like? And they come in all shapes and sizes. Do we care, about their background? No. We want them gritty, tough, like we said.
Yeah, just get the job done, but love the job. Like I would hope that a lot of our team members, it isn't work. Like they enjoy coming here. And we take care of them, and in return, they take care of us.
Yep. And then the next question, so we started with that, which was beautiful. And the next question you have to ask is, what type of people are you going to allow to walk in your door? Because they're just as big in the culture, right?
Oh, yeah.
If we're going to obsess over our team and how they feel, because happy people create happy environments where other happy people want to hang out, man, we need to focus just as much attention on the people who walk in the door.
Yeah. And like I said earlier, or maybe that was cut out, so I'm going to say it again. Culture is a big buzzword. You're going to hear it all over the place. But if you truly understand what culture is, you go back to what the history of culture is, and you can create that, then that takes care of not only you as a business owner, your team members, but then it reflects onto the patrons. So like we talked about earlier, we want to control who comes in the bar. Who comes in the bar doesn't control us.
No. And so we made some changes. We decided, we focused on, we're going to be number one, we're going to be family oriented. Yeah. We're just going to embrace, you either have two ideas in this business, in our opinion. You either have two generalities of patrons of alcohol. The old one was, the cool guys coming to try to find a date, and, the tough people and people getting in fights and having trouble. And then you have this new generation, which is family oriented, where they're having a really relaxed day. They're getting some great food. They're hanging out with people, creating community. And we 100% knew we were going family oriented.
Yeah. I mean, when you have a dad walk up and be like, hey, I woke up this morning and my son said, I want to go to the bear place. I want my birthday at the bear place.
The bear store.
The bear store. Like, that's pretty awesome. Now, we may give free Capri Suns and goldfish out to all the kids that come in, but you know what? That may be another pint that we get too. But we love them. And that's pretty special to know that there's a little 8-year-old out there that actually wants to come to the brewery.
But you make a good point. So if you say that was the beginning, we're still stuck on this people thing in a great way. if you say, I'm going to go through those steps, if we say that we're going to focus and obsess on our people, then we need to interview people and find people that are nice and all the things that we need. And then we need those people to interview people, and we could go into all that. And then on top of that, we need to celebrate the people who come here that further our culture, that make us better, and that's going to lead to kind of our purpose statement that comes up. But we need to dig in, and what we decided to do was hand out Capri Suns and Goldfish for free.
Yeah,
it's a horrible business plan.
Is it? It
sounds that way in the beginning. I'm not against the kids or anything. I just thought Martha came up with the idea, and she said, we love families. Let's just give every kid that walks up a Capri Sun and a Goldfish. And it was great. In the initial phase, we thought, oh, that's really cool. And then the kids started coming without us knowing and just like slapping their hand on the bar like, hey, two Goldfish, two Goldfish, my boy. Yeah, hit me up. I'll take a Capri Sun from my homeboy over here. And right, so it took off. And then I said, are we really going to keep buying hundreds of dollars in Goldfish and Capri Sun? Like, is this a part of our business plan? Because we didn't build it in. And the answer,
yes.
Resounding
because for every $100 in Goldfish, we're making another $1,000 in pints sold because Dad can sit for one more pint.
Yeah, and we didn't even know. By the way, we lucked into that, and now all these strategists are like, you've got to embrace the new family. We love people. We love families. We love that idea of making each other better, and that's a theme that keeps coming up. And so that people focus, it didn't just stop there. So it led us to, okay, now that we're drawing a line, we are sitting here talking about people. We're gonna feed the people that feed our energy and just celebrate them. And then the people who take away from it, we don't have a choice. You're gone.
Yeah,
you're not going to take away from our culture.
But to back up just a phase, there is a cost to culture, and we wanted to take that cost on because we committed. Excuse me. We've been doing
Beer's
this
good.
for a while.
The beer works. We're like 3 shows deep. 3.
Got it. God. One belch threw that all off.
We're 3
Sorry,
shows. We're dude, behind the scenes, we're 3 shows into one show.
We don't know how to work a microphone.
Idiots. We got
I can do a brew house, but
listen,
a microphone,
here's what happened.
Jesus.
First of all, Jake, he's no help right now. I don't know what he's doing. He's
I feel like this
there.
is a rant coming on.
He's like making a note for us or something. Look, he's got something going on. Second of all, we got Paul, who's our buddy Quinn, who gave us this badass slushy machine that's just making this ridiculous amount of noise. So we have to adjust when we do it. These are real-time things, right?
And it's not a loud slushy machine. It's just these speakers are so damn sensitive.
All this shit's going on.
What happened to push play and record on your old little cassette thing?
God dang. Dude, play.
All right,
hold on. 2 speakers. No, stay with me. 2 speakers. Remember, before you could do that, you didn't have the 2 decks. You had 2 radios, and you faced them together.
Oh, yeah, you did.
You went play, record, right? Oh, no, you had to hit play on this one, and then hurry, play and record at the same time, and then face them together so you could copy it.
Done.
Mixtape. Bye-bye.
So you all got a little peek into my life working with Rich right there.
People. What is it?
Squirrel. Pints Possibilities. So what I was saying was you create that culture.
That was more fun than the People Pints Possibilities. Let's see.
But you take it back to, we committed to the family. Is there a little cost on a Capri Sun? I don't care.
Who cares?
Who cares? Like,
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Doesn't. That kid wants a Capri Sun. Give him a damn Capri Sun.
Give him and keep them. I remember one time we ran out and the kids were like staring us down. Like,
oh yeah, no, it was terrifying.
You better give me a Capri Sun right now. There's gonna be big problems for my parents and you.
Yeah.
And so we dug in on that, things like that, our access to events. We have events coming up, and it led to us, the people part, which was highly important. We could go through it, a whole, 6 hours of it, and we will, but it was who works for us or with us. That's a good thing too. They don't work for us. We started that way. Like, we're going to be entrepreneurs.
Right.
Like,
we did.
Entrepreneurs. Like, we have to be in charge. Get out of here with that stuff. Like, who's going to work with us? side by side with us.
in the trenches with us.
Absolutely. And then it's who's going to visit us and come here. And we're going to do our best to make that clear to people and be really good to them. And then the last thing is, how are we going to, the people thing is bigger, is that community piece. Yeah. And it's like, be involved in the community, and not just this is important to leave the people aside and go to the pints, but it's not, people are not a dollar symbol.
Not at all.
So we help people who don't drink beer. If you tell me you don't drink beer, I tell them, come down and just listen to some music. You know, you don't even have to buy anything. Don't worry about it. Just hang out or join us at an event, or, you know, come say hello, come pour beer. You know, the best people to pour beer are the people who don't drink beer.
Yeah.
Because then there's more for us.
And if you drink beer and maybe have too much, I promise you'll probably get a ride home with Rich and Martha.
In fact, those people, Robbie Benaso.
Not that he drank too much. That was a weird thing.
He didn't drink too much. He just needed a ride home.
He had bad pepperoni. He got sick.
We have driven multiple people home. That's not recommended for the faint of heart, but it's a fun ride.
Yeah. Well, you will get a lecture the whole time all the way home.
Yeah. Well, Martha just keeps it quiet. Yeah. Robbie tried to pay me like 25 times, like the best Uber driver ever. It's like, I don't think your bill is $4,926.
Fuck, I should have took Robbie home.
You missed out. God, yeah, I actually gave him his envelope of money back.
But once again, that was bad pepperoni. I don't think he had too much to drink. He was just sick.
The people are the ones now all together, that group of people, the community, the people who work with us, the people who visit, they create what we call the Cow Coast community. And we didn't know that in the beginning. So if we're giving advice, start with the most important thing. We all say it here, you're in the people business.
Invest.
Figure out who those people are and take the time. Don't say this. Don't do this shit. Here's another rant. Don't do this shit. Oh, I got it. I'm good. I know what our people are. No. Go around and ask your people. What are we? Who works here? What type of people visit here? Let's throw some things on a wall and look at it and ask ourselves if we are really doing that. And that's the best place to start.
Well, and you want the most honesty out of somebody? Ask your patrons. And be prepared. Because they ain't gonna hold back.
They're coming after you.
Yeah,
they'll sniper your ass.
Yeah, and it's not only. It's out of love. They want to make it better because they're part of the culture now. Like, we want to see this place succeed. We want to be, hey man, that beer sucked. Like, maybe we do a different beer, or hey, we love that beer. Can you bring it back for fall? Yeah, absolutely. You get the feedback through them. But if you don't ask and you're scared to want to actually take in that feedback, you're going to be complacent, and then all of a sudden you put yourself on a pedestal like, oh no, I know what people need.
You know what we don't need? People are already experts who think they're the shit and better than anyone else. You think you're better than someone else? Keep it moving.
Yeah, move on down the road.
Yeah, keep it moving. If you think that your every experience is a learning opportunity, we're taking you. This is a laboratory. We're in a learning laboratory. You're seeing it right now.
Living it.
We fucked this thing up 3 times today on purpose, trying to fix things. Jake's running around, and guess what? I even said, "Are you sure you guys don't want to call it?" And what do we say?
No.
Hell no.
Let's figure this out. Let's
rock and roll. Let's do this thing because we're committed to it. And you got to dig in.
This microphone is not going to kick my ass today. I will tell you that.
Dude, if this...
It will not.
Martha almost did because she came over. She wants this room here in a little bit. Well, but outside of that...
Martha, it's your slushy machine that you had to have that fucked this all up.
Hey, thank you, Paul Quinn. All right. So people, you got to dig in on that. We'll get into a lot of depth in later shows. But you really got to, it starts with the human beings, that human element that you cannot recreate.
And yes, great summary, but I just want to add to it, People Pints Possibilities, a lot of clarification on what we are doing with that. I want you to understand people are your culture. It's your family. You're creating that. You get to go every day and see those people. And if you are pissed off at someone, then you need to be able to address it. If someone's doing great, you better tell them how great they're doing. Give them kudos. And that's something, like Rich said, we'll talk about a whole lot later. But it's important to build that team that you can trust and be able to, guess what? Walk away on a vacation and not be stressed at all because you have your own little Calcos family or whatever business you're in watching you and watching the business. So people's super important. Now, with people, you also have to have a product.
Are you going to ask what I'm raising my hand?
Oh, I thought you were doing like, yeah, hey, man, this guy's talking the truth. Oh, my bad.
Dude, I absolutely was.
Oh,
you were
Jesus,
spinning the game, dude. My boy was over here spin game.
I was going to keep going.
I love that you said that was a really good conclusion, but I'm going to fucking just blow your conclusion out of the water. Dude, you sunk my battleship.
It sounds like you're going to sink my aircraft carrier. Let's go.
No, dude, I'm ready. So people is critical. It is the start. You can't do anything. It's not the X's for all my coaches out there. It ain't the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. You need some Jimmies and Joes, and so and some Janes.
I want to. Yeah.
You don't know that one? All right.
No, well,
Craig will get
I
it.
know it differently.
Yeah, nice. It's not boats and hoes.
That's
so we move on to our product, and this is where most people spend time, and this is definitely necessary. Your systems, what you make, the things that you do, people. Then we knew pints. We make pints of beer. So you were back there working on the pints of beer. But even then, when we started with that, it wasn't exactly the same way you would think. You know, we knew that people could buy a beer anywhere. We had just come from COVID. You could buy a beer anywhere. And in fact, it's cheaper to go down to the corner market, buy a 30 rack, what do you call them? An engine block?
Yeah, a little engine block.
Buy an engine block, take it home, and you don't have to pay craft beer prices, you know? And so we knew these people can buy a beer anywhere, and they choose to come here. And for that, we are freaking grateful.
Oh, yeah. And let's be real. We set up shop in the backyard of probably one of the biggest breweries now internationally around.
Dude, we're in the shadow of the big red dog.
The bear and the lion.
The bear and the lion. Dude, and they're over there. They got scientists. We love them, but they have more people checking the pH of the water than we have brewers.
I'm like,
no, then we have employees, investors, and visitors. Yeah. I think I don't know.
We took a tour. I'm like, we're a little close on this one. But let's rock it.
So, no, they're a California beer company.
They are 100%. Love the beer.
Love it. I don't know anyone there, but
there's sarcasm.
Love it.
But anyways,
go ahead.
We rolled into
we
pints,
digressed,
right?
Dude.
Yeah, we did once again.
Dude, going sideways, doing about $1.50. Let's go.
We crush people.
Pints.
So I mean, obviously, now we're gonna focus on beer, right?
Beer.
This is the whole reason we're freaking opening a brewery. But now I reflect, maybe it's not the whole reason we open a brewery. Maybe it's more about the people. You know, and I'm not a small man, but it took me a while to realize that.
We didn't know that in the beginning. We
sure didn't. And
do I need to go back?
No, get that fucking phone out of here.
The greatest pint of beer. It is the greatest pint of beer in the Central Coast of California.
It's about a fluid, a liquid that brings people together. And it's done it for, 3,000 BC? This fluid has been doing that.
Absolutely.
And it was a great honor to be like, I can do this. So for me to actually sit there and do the pint portion, which pint, remember when we talk about it, future, later episodes, whatever, it's about the craft. The craft here is actually making beer. And maybe the more I'm talking about it, maybe the craft more here is bringing people together.
That is the...
Dude, did I just blow your mind? I blew your mind. Yeah, cool. I don't have to work as hard.
Dude, that just happened. Jake just got his mind blown sitting in Grandma's chair. Jesus.
Dude, kick that up. Relax.
No, you just said the people are the craft. That's learning from the leaves. That's the people are the leaves. Like, you're learning from everything. You nailed it, which was when we came out of COVID, we did start trying to impress people. And I hate to say, like, not that we're not doing that now. We tried to impress them with, like, here, try this like West Coast IPA, and like here's all the lineage and everything. And when we came out of COVID, and we almost like you almost lose your life, as far as financially is considered. You're fine. We were perfectly fine, but you lose your financial. You're down to $1,000. You had $700, and so you start to really reevaluate what's important. And so we knew we were still going to continue to make the best beer we could, right? Given the resources that we have, we're going to work our ass off on that, and you're crushing it. But the reality was, I think we knew, it was going back to that, rant that I had, is we knew we had to be authentic with people. So when you walked in the door, we got rid of all the like, we're going to take you through a fancy tasting, and here's everything. We're going to meet you where you're at. In fact, we just started asking people, what's in your fridge? What do you like? And remember, at craft beer at that time, it was the craziest thing. You could not say Coors Light. Remember, people would get pissed. And I would say it all the time. I'm like, what do you drink? Do you drink Coors Light? They're like, oh, like I shouldn't say that. No, tell me.
I grew up on Keystone.
Dude, who gives a shit? Like Hams, whatever. Yeah. Just tell me what you drink. What's in your fridge? Is it a Sierra Nevada Pale Ale? Is it no? And people are like, I drink a Blue Moon. Perfect. We have a Belgian wit beer, and so we'll get into your styles and the way you approached it. But we knew we were not going to offend people and put them down for a lack of beer knowledge, right? And we knew that wasn't important.
It really wasn't. And where to start with this? Like, beer's super important to me, obviously. But it was rolling into the Central Coast. Little fun fact. Good question, audience. A lot of the brewers kind of filter through Firestone, so they pick up a lot of Firestone habits, which nothing wrong. I mean, they make a great beer. They make amazing beer. But you have a little brewer from Firestone offshoots. Well, he's kind of trained by Firestone, so a lot of them start making similar beers, similar styles. Well, I'm fortunate. To me, is I was trained in Montana. It's a whole different type of beer style up there.
Well, remember, and Craig had come through, and we'll let him talk about it. We got to get him on here, get him down here. We wanted to zoom in, but essentially, he had been to from Four Peaks to West Seattle Brewing and all over. He'll tell the stories, but he had been into this Northwest area where they liked, just kind of a classic style, like a lot of reds, browns. It's rainy up there, and
solid West Coast IPAs though.
And at the time we came in, yes, and not that they don't make those, but they do make Belgian beers. They do have a plethora. And he was a consultant, so he got to see all these different areas, and then we learned that, or you learned it particularly from him. And at that time when we came in, it was just all IPAs.
Oh yeah,
everything was IPAs.
Don't freaking hops on it.
And they thought we were crazy a little bit because our menu, tell them about your menu, all the different styles. Tell them while I go pee, because I'm...
Are you... I didn't know this was a thing.
I'm a few pints in. This is new, yeah.
Oh, shit. It's just us?
Yeah.
Fuck, this is awesome. He's gone. Okay. I'm going to wink twice if I need help. Beer styles. All right, so... Basically, with the beer styles, oh my God, is Jake throwing his face on the freaking podcast?
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to listen. I'm just going to stand in.
Yeah, cool. Marinate with it. We do a lot of different beer styles here. The whole goal is to make sure we have something for everybody. You may not like a hoppy beer. You may not like a malty beer, but we're going to have something on the light side. We go lagers. We go ales. I'm doing this because I'm going down the beer menu in my head. But we do East Coast. We got juicy hazies. We got West Coast. We got pale. What else? Brown, red. We'll jump into some Belgian Dubels. Hopefully, I know Blake would love to do a Tripel, which is probably on the menu. Right now, we're running a couple lagers. And so the point is, we're a very small brew house, but we also want to experiment and have fun with it. And we want to make sure that everybody, like I said earlier, has something that they can drink with. And so that was the point. The other point I'm trying to make is we are a little different. We're a little unique. We definitely have that Seattle, Portland, Montana feel, and nothing wrong. But a lot of people come in and they don't understand why the beer is so different. And honestly, I don't know why the beer is different because I've never kind of gone through the Academy of Firestone. And please, 100% respect to Firestone. Like, I'm not taking anything away from them, but I have the luxury to play with hops, different grain bills. Where when you're so big in mass, like that's a tough thing to commit to. So I'm personally very fortunate to be able to make beer back here with Blake and Noah. Noah's part of the team, and just create some different beers that people like. And like I said, hopefully you come in and there's something there you like.
And just to, did Jake say one thing when I was gone?
No, he did put his face on camera, and I'm so pumped about that.
Dude, he wasn't even wearing a Spidey mask.
You fucked that up.
To tag onto what you're saying is we're just like authentic, I guess is the name of the freaking episode, is like we drop the egos. Like the egos, it's not you're trying to prove something initially. I think I know for myself. You're trying to prove like, hey, I can do this. Because all you see around you is, and you know, you have a big guy around you and you have them all over and you're trying to do that. But then after COVID, I think I realized like people loved us. They answered the phone and bought beer club memberships, not because we're the shit and we're the best beer. And we're going to work. We work on that all the time, not because we have the best shows, not because our merchandise is better than anyone else. They bought it because they freaking love us.
Yeah, no, they do. And I will caveat, beer doesn't sell itself. If we didn't have the people portion, I could make, and I'm not claiming I do, the best beer in the world. But why would you come here? You would want to come here because of the interaction, the customer service, and that like it's goddamn, it's dawning on me right now.
The best beer in the world needs someone to drink it with, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So super appreciative, you know, like,
and so we drop the egos. We're constantly working on making a better product, but it wasn't first. People, pints, we're constantly adding new yeast strains and trying to, but we lost the old phase of like, we don't have a mill. We don't, have access to this. We just said, help us. Coach me, coach me. Like, if people are willing to help us, we'll take it, and we'll listen to them. But ultimately, we're going to make our product for our people. Yeah. And we're going to be proud of it. And when it's wrong, like today, or when it's not right, we're going to be what we said in the beginning. We're going to be vulnerable people. Like, we're going to say, hey, we messed it up. Dump it out. Do it again.
Yeah.
But we're not. Yeah.
And the beautiful thing about, I mean, people, let's take people bigger. Let's go into the craft beer industry. Like, there's not a day where I have a brewer from local breweries that come in, boom, boom, boom. And you know what? I appreciate they give honest feedback. Like, this beer's on point. This isn't phenomenal. Or, man, I feel like there's a little diacetyl in this. And of course, I'm like, fuck you, get the fuck out of here.
But after that,
then I reflect.
After that,
I'm like,
we're like, no, then we're in there like,
I need to do a little more research, like what's going on. But that's pretty awesome in this industry or this business, that somebody can come in and give you feedback and be able to run with it and be like, all right, I just want to better myself.
There are tons of people with the camaraderie of like getting together and working together. We love that spirit. I'm about to head over and pour some beer right now at another event, and we're just constantly in it to try to get better and improve our product. And a lot of that is the brewers helping each other. And
yeah.
So the pints, it came to this conclusion that, we understood that people could go anywhere. And so then we focused on giving them just a really great product, which, you've done a great job. And then we keep them really drinkable. Our atmosphere says, come listen to a concert, keep our ABVs low. Keep it so that you can hang out and have a great time. You're having fun with your kids. The beer is actually designed to fit into that environment and complement it, not just fit in, like accentuate what we have going here. And you've done a great job of that.
We built the family playground. Come have a beer with your family, relax. Everyone, how can I get your beer? Are you going to distribute? You know what? We're not. Our whole business plan has always been, and I think will be, is a pint across the bar. That's all we want to do.
We don't distribute. Why don't we distribute?
We don't. Well, number one, we don't have the facility. Number two, if you've ever walked into your gas station or liquor store or grocery store and you look at that shelf of beer, like, it's overwhelming.
It's daunting.
It's like, what the fuck? And so they're fighting for shelf space.
How about we just pour some beers, pay our people well, love them up, pay our bills,
and take care of them.
Have a little neighborhood pub, like we said. It's a public space. It's a place where people come.
A public space. I love that he says that.
I know, I do. I believe
I
in it.
locked this shit away.
I drank the Kool-Aid that Frank made. He put some sugar in it, stirred it up, and then he handed me a cup. And that, I think I'm more than 2 pints in with that song. But no, I drank the Kool-Aid. Frank basically said it's a public place, and I wanted to call it something else, and it is. And they enjoy the beer. And also, we lost the ego when we realized we needed to, and we'll talk about the food, which is the plates, came in later, and that's going to be an entire episode with plates of the kitchen. But we knew that would also unlock us having wine, having some new things. We got slushy machine that we got to turn back on here in a little bit. Why? Because we lost the ego. We don't say you have to come here to drink craft beer. We say you have to come here to have a wonderful experience. And whatever we can provide for you in that space is going to be badass. And so that led us to the next phase, which is possibilities.
Yeah, absolutely. I think before we hit possibilities, though,
we have a special. Wait for it. We got something new this week. Oh, what does that mean, Jake? I don't even know. What does that mean?
Okay, we're going to redo that because that's not the one I requested.
That's not the one he requested. Hold on. Go back. Hold on. No. Hold on. Let it settle.
Well, we're not editing shit, so.
We're not editing nothing. Let's go. We are who we are. And we worked on this for 3 hours.
What's the time? It's time to unwind. Little BC boy. So, right now we are 3 pints in with
3
Frank,
pints in.
And I'm going to do one thing real quick.
I have no idea what he's about to do.
We're going to do this. It's my time. They have no idea what I'm going to say. And the secret thing is I have no fucking idea what I'm going to say right now. But they said you're going to go 3 pints deep and you're going to talk. So, driving down to work, what are we going to talk about? You know what I'm going to fucking talk about? I'm going to fucking talk about thanking people. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to think right now. I'm going to thank that guy and gal that got up this morning, probably doesn't even have an alarm clock or a snooze, and just said, I'm going to take this freaking day on. I'm going to face this fuckery. And I'm going to go and I'm going to get after it. You're the guy that's in the truck that probably did 300 miles in his work truck and never left the city limits. You look down and you had a cup of coffee and it's 2:00 and you only got halfway through it because you're so freaking busy. You're the guy that probably answered 100 emails today and people expect it to be like a phone call. I need instant response to my phone call. And you did it. You answered that phone call to that Karen. The Karen that was so unbelievable, but you kept your composure. You're also that same guy that did a 12-hour day or gal, and now you're going home doing invoices and payroll. Why? Because you're the backbone of this fucking country. You carry this country. I don't want to call you blue collar. I'm going to call you hardworking. A lot of people say that, there's not a lot of hard working in the next generation. It's out there. We see it. Here's a little known fact, too. People aren't drinking as much anymore. You know why they're not drinking as much? Because they're fucking busy. They're trying to get shit done right now. So I want to appreciate everybody out there that gets up, does the grind, and just say thank you. You guys come in, you roll in, you get it done, and you have maybe 1 or 2 beers, and you hit it again the next day. And here's a little idea I came up with this morning. I actually want somebody to make a little statue of you. A little one. And I want you to put it in the front yard. And every day when you get up and you look down at your work boots and they're blowing out and you realize, God, I need new boots. It's not that you don't have money. You just don't have the fucking time to get new boots. I want you to kiss your fingers, slap that little head of that statue of you and say, I'm a fucking winner. And right now, I want all of us to say, let's go. I'm a fucking winner.
Do I get my mic back?
You got your mic back. I'm a fucking winner.
I'm a fucking winner.
And with that said, hold on. Half of you probably shouldn't even be listening to this podcast at work right now, but you yell out, I'm a fucking winner, and people are going to walk by and be like, this is a bad motherfucker. You're driving in the car, yell it.
Yell it out right now.
I'm a fucking winner.
3 pints in. We're 3 pints in for you, by the way.
I want you to remember you are the backbone of this country, and I appreciate everything you do. And I know it's not easy. I know when you're 45, 50, your back's going to hurt, your knees going to hurt. But thank you for lifting this country. Cheers.
Cheers to that. Well, that's our first 3 pints in. I feel like I owe you some beer, man.
Yeah,
well done.
fuck.
Well done. We had no idea. By the way, this is real time. Frank always wanted to do a show called 3 Pints In, and we said, why don't we just add it in? And the thing ripped.
Yeah, let's go.
It just ripped. I have nothing to add to that, and my microphone even gets taken away.
Yeah, no. Well, I didn't want any interruptions.
That's okay. It's a thing now. It just gets this. Oh, it hit my knee.
It did. I wish I could do that more.
All right, we're going to wind this thing down, but the possibilities is kind of endless, right? Possibilities, I feel like you need some of this because I still got to go to another event. I got to go to pour some beer here in a little bit.
And that's that hardworking man I talk about.
There it is. Possibilities. Really, when we started to think about it, that's your culture. And we really wanted people to have a mindset of you can do anything.
Yeah.
Really, it's just we can do anything. It's like, what's next? You should be consumed by this idea of like, in a good way, you're either consumed and haunted by your past, or you are consumed by like what you want to be and what you think the future is going to hold and what you see yourself doing. And you're kind of just working for, you're either, dragged down by the fucking weight of everything that's happened to you, or you're so excited and juiced about knowing that what you're doing right now is going to produce something positive. And so that's that possibilities. It's just that belief in where you are and where you're going, right? What does possibilities mean to you?
Sorry, I was kind of, you saw the deep breath.
Dude.
I'm very passionate about the possibility part. You know, you need to have the people like we talked about. You have to have that team there and have them believe the culture.
Yep.
You have to dial in your craft and the possibilities. You have to dream big, but be realistic. Let's be logical about this. If for us, heck yeah, let's replicate that on the coast. Let's replicate that down in wherever. But there's so many opportunities right here, right in front of our face that we haven't even touched. And so going through it with, people are going to be pissed I didn't talk in the mic. Just reflect on our last 5 years. Like the possibilities with the team, with us. What did we do?
Can you quit jobs that you're good at and go do something you don't know anything about? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Can you make beer when you never made beer before?
Yes.
Can we build a building that we've never done and own the property that it's on?
Yes, sir.
Can we make it through the hard times and persevere even when everything says it's easy to close?
Scary. Yes.
Yep. And then it continues. Can you
expand the back?
Find people to help us and blow it out because we know that people are going to be outside.
Mean?
It means take what was already there and fix it up even better to make it so that when COVID is over, people have a place to go.
Or even when COVID was there, now we have a huge patio where you can all do your 6-foot dance.
It's like 8th grade prom.
Exactly.
8th grade prom.
Crush it.
Yep.
Next.
Martha and Jeff and Brad, can you take over a private event space and rent it out and become a part of the bridal community? Can you be a part of the private events community? Can you...
So what you're saying is convert a dojo
into
an event space. Yeah. It was it was
a karate dojo.
There's a lot of listeners out here that probably have black belts and everything else that sat in patina where now people are getting married or having wedding receptions.
We take over that building.
Awesome.
Then that's not enough. You know, Doug, we love Doug. Doug was just on and we love Doug, but we needed the space. We knew that for us, the next move was we needed to have wine for those parties, the ability to have anything we wanted. But more than that, we just needed the area. We were growing. And we love Doug. We still support him and he supports us. But we needed that area. And so now it's like, can we do wine-based cocktails because our people are demanding it, not because we're making it up, not because we love it. Our egos are low. We could have easily said, this is a craft beer place.
No.
We only do craft beer. And people were like, hey, is there any way to do this? And we're like, yes. We're going to find it, right? And so the den comes in. Now you have the den. And you just keep going. And then it's the kitchen. We need our own kitchen. And we have our people step up. It's that possibilities. Can we do a kitchen? You guys aren't chefs. I love this question. Who's the chef? We're going to figure it out.
Who's the brewer?
And
it doesn't
matter.
Yeah, Zach's the chef. Goddamn right he is.
Yeah,
he put
hell
all
yeah.
that shit together.
Dude, he helped us. Stepped up. Possibilities, right?
100%.
And so what does possibilities mean to you? Just sum that up. Because we see it differently, which is okay. By the way, that's real. We see it differently, not in a bad way. They both complement each other. Go ahead.
I think possibilities to me is more opportunity. What is the next phase? What have you built? What do you have in your toolbox? What do you have with your foundation that you can easily just stay complacent? And there's nothing wrong with that if it's meeting your needs.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to grow, like, how do I bring more people on? How do I do this? How do we get there? And okay, now we're going to go there. As a business owner or somebody in charge, it's a scary step because all of a sudden you've got everybody to believe in your culture from the people, believe in your bleep. That's all, folks. Believe in your craft, pints, and they believe in the possibilities, but you have to execute on the highest level because you are responsible. There's a lot of mouths to feed down there, from them to families to everything else. And if you don't do it right, that's on you.
Absolutely. And for me, absolutely, 100%. 100%. Absolutely. That's what we say.
Are we cutting this one?
No, we're good. We're not cutting this one. That happened last time. I want to tag on. So my possibilities is we knew it was about the mind. It was the mental, and we agreed on that. And here's the beauty is this took time. This took years to build out for us. And we just kept throwing it out. We knew that the overarching themes were good. And then we just started talking, and anything that spurs conversation. Remember what I read at the beginning of this mission statement, this boring ass, lame 1970s, wear your pinstripe jacket, get a pen, because you worked 30 years for a company, and that's called loyalty.
That's a watch. It's badass.
Right? The watches are sick. Instead, let's talk people, pints, possibilities, and let's start to talk top to bottom, front to back with our people on what that means to them. And we're going to bring them in later. But for us, we knew that the mental side of things had to be approached, and that's what's left behind. And the bottom line is that possibilities is anything is possible if you get a group of people together who believe and trust each other and show high trust behaviors and are open with one another and vulnerable. And when things go bad, they say they go bad, and they seek each other for support when they need it.
And they go bad.
They champion each other. Hell yeah, everything goes bad. We have bad times all the time. Everyone does.
No.
And in the end, anything is possible. No. Stop, no, and don't. And so that basically led us to the possibilities. When you get those people together and they become a team and they make a great product in the end, and if they can work together and they believe in the future, anything is possible. And so here we go. We're on that journey, and we are absolutely 100% a product of it.
Yeah, I mean, shit.
It led to this podcast. We're sitting here on a fucking podcast right now, right, dude? We're on a podcast that led to People Pints Possibilities in the podcast. So as we bring some people in, we have the brushes coming. We have Doug coming up next. People Pints Possibilities. We just streamline that for everyone. That's why it's a podcast. People is, who are the people that work with you? What's your story behind you? It kind of is just like those people building teams. The pints is what you do. What do? You do something, whether you sell someone a loan, or you go out and sell them a house, or you build something, or that's your craft, like your systems. How do you do that? What's your strategy? What process do you use for that? And then the possibilities is just what we said. What's next for you? For Frank, it's what's next, right? What are you moving on to? For me, it's how are you getting all these things together to create what's next, right? Like, that possibilities are endless if we can all believe in each other. And so People Pints Possibilities is our podcast. Jake is here. He's a believer in us, and we're a believer in him.
100%.
And that's the way it goes, man. And whether you screw it up or, life is about the messy.
Yeah.
And so here we sit.
Nah, get muddy. Have fun.
Get muddy. Hey, follow us. Make sure you help us out. At the end, Jake's put this down, and I got to read it. Follow us, please. Interact. Send us messages if you like it on YouTube and Spotify. Send us what else, Jake? Hit me up. Just yell it out, buddy. Comment, subscribe, like. Please do all those things. It helps us.
Share it with your friends and family.
Share it. Tell people to listen to it.
3 Pints Deep might have been the most inspirational shit I've heard.
3 Pints Deep is the walk-off right now. If we ended the show at 3 Pints Deep, my rant was about being authentic. Frank freaking killed it. He talked to coffee and gnomes. There's garden gnomes in there somewhere. So
no, just a little statue of you.
Just a little
you deserve that.
Just a little infantile.
Not even
you.
A trophy, just you.
And I believe.
And you know what? When people drive by, they're gonna be like, "That's a hardworking son of a bitch." Give a honk.
You know what I took? You got to dab up you. Just dab up you. Just a little dab.
Just dab a little bit.
All right, cheers,
maybe
brother.
Actually, Beneso on the top of that Kenworth, that would look badass.
Come
a little
on,
Beneso.
dude. Hey, a Harms Beneso statue just wrestling each other. That's it. All right, trail ride.
Cheers. Can we be done with this?
We're done. Give me a cheers, dude. You can't leave it, bro, hanging.
Sorry.
Cut. Episode 26.